Hello everyone, it's Red with RedDragonLeo.com, and there's a bunch of links here posted on my site here if you go and check them out. But basically I'm going to go over it here. It looks to me like anyway, you can see all these links and stuff, but it looks to me like the missile that launched may have been the false flag alert that not we, but that the Federal Reserve gangster gang are responsible for, that happened, last Tuesday on 11/9, and obviously it failed. It was shot down, or I don't know, but it did not make it to its target. This article here on Prison Planet says that the Chinese did it. That the Chinese basically had a submarine sneak up there off the coast of Los Angeles, and it was a Chinese Navy Jin class ballistic missile nuclear submarine, and it was done to embarrass the Pentagon with Obama and his cronies over there for the G20 summit. And you can clearly see, the Pentagon is denying it. They're saying it was a plane and all kinds of crap that they're making up, saying it wasn't real. But it was clearly an ICBM missile with a range of 7,000 miles. Here's the projected path that they think it followed. It went down here and then went here and then went back into China. Now this story here is what is being said here on InfoWars. Now my only problem with that is, China does not want to start a war with us. This is what's weird. Is I think this is a false flag. I think that this is what they're setting up. They're setting it up to blame it on China, and I don't think it really was China. I think it was one of our ships that shot it. I don't think it was China, but that's just me, trying to think outside the box and think like these crooks, these gangsters, and see, what's really going on here. They do this all the time. They did this with 9/11. They blamed it on somebody else, and they were the ones that did it. So this is more likely them doing it than the Chinese. Chinese do not want to start a war with us. Here is some more interesting stuff. Another link here. It's posted on my site above top secret. You can see that this guy here lives in Phoenix, Arizona. He goes on to talk and say that he's seen was able to take a few pictures of smoke plume with his cell phone, and this is them coming from Arizona, and you can clearly see this is not some typical missile. I'm not sure what this is, this one here, but it is an interesting read as well. They got a lot of stuff going on here. We don't know what is going on, but something is going on. Over on David Wilcox's site, the event is is already being played in other countries. You have to read about it, but it's basically talking about a black president that is informed of some aliens that are held in a detention camp, and he finds out about it to try to he wants to go public with it, and then he gets threatened. So it's making that guy look like the good guy. So I don't know if Obama's a good guy or not. I still have my doubts. I think he's crooked, just like the rest of them, bought and paid for, just like Bush was, and just like Clinton was. I don't think it makes any difference, but This here, this was also posted on my site. There's been a lot of people posting some good links here on the site. This shows, you can't really see it, but right here in this area, there is a reddish cloud that's moving. And if you go here and look at the videos here, I'm going to post all these links for you to repost them. But you can clearly see here in the link, should it play, you can clearly see as I'm moving my mouse around, this thing is moving. And it is moving across the sky. And that is big, whatever that is. The UFOs are getting more and more brave and showing themselves. And you know, I don't want to say it's brave. I mean, they could take us out anytime they want, I'm sure. But they're doing this obviously for a reason. They want people to see that they are real. So there is Skyline the movie here coming out, Disclosure, the event coming out. Just a lot of strange things going on right now, folks. I don't know whether or not this false flag event has been averted and that we will not have any stock market crash from a false flag. That doesn't mean we still won't correct, because we are still, you know, way overbought, and we should, you know, correct at some point. When, I don't know. I don't know if we're going to go on up to the fake print, and this don't seem to want to refresh. It looks like crap here. I don't know. Anyway, here was a nice fake print that someone posted showing the JPY, this is Japan's currency here, but pretty much the yen at zero, pretty much. I don't think it can go to zero, so that's kind of strange. That's on the weekly. It's on the daily as well. It's very strange that we're having that. So I don't know what to think at this point. As far as this, whether or not we're going to have a it's no longer there anymore, so they corrected it. Okay, well, you did see it. So anyway, whether or not we're going to have a crash or not, I don't know. I hope it's just a nice correction and something that the bears can, you know, make some money from, and nobody gets hurt. But I don't know at this point. I'm hoping that it was stopped with the false flag event of this launch of that missile. That is my thing, as I'm thinking that maybe just possibly this missile that was launched was the false flag event, and it has been stopped. That is what I am rooting for. And it was on Tuesday, which was 10/11 or 10/9. Reverse said you got 9/11. So, you know, maybe they're trying to do another ritualistic, you know, World War III kind of event. And I think that's what this whole time period window from the 5th to the 14th, I think that was it. That they were trying to blow something up, and something failed, got shot down by something, don't know. But anyway, definitely worth reading. I'll post all these links for you, and you can go read them yourself. I just don't know whether or not I agree with this here one here on Prison Plant, that it was the China fired a missile. That just sounds so much like the Federal Reserve, to the feds, to blame somebody else, you know, to get the American people upset with China. And I don't think that they did anything wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Maybe, you know, I don't know. But it just sounds awful fishy to me. It sounds more like something that we did, and we want to blame it on China. But it still bugs me that Obama's over there with 34 warships and 3,000 of his staff members. That's just never been done before. So something is up, folks. So, you know, certainly I wouldn't dare be long in this market. As for the charts, All right, let me go over them briefly with you and see what I think is going to happen for tomorrow. But hold on a second. Okay. The weekly chart, as you can see here, it could roll over at any time. We don't know when. It is going down a little bit, but the week isn't over yet. We still got one more day. So I don't know if it's going to end here or pop down way lower. It's hard to say on that. So let's go straight to the daily. The daily here. As you can clearly see, this trend line is very, very important. Should we break this tomorrow, we're going to fall pretty hard. First area of support is going to be right here in this area here. We'll follow this chop, chop, chop area, but I swear I just don't think that that's a really strong area that as strong as it looks because of how much it chopped there. This area here seems to be a lot stronger support in my opinion, but you can clearly see we are rolling over again, but we've been here before. We've been right here, and you look at this right here, you can see here we had 1, 2, 3 down days, then turned around and they just raped the bears right there and jacked it up, and that was when we were rolling over and should have fell, but we did not. You know, so I don't think they're going to do that this time because I think that they want to tank it, and they're just trying to start World War III so they can tank it. They're trying to create some kind of false flag event, and this one failed. So I think at this time it is going to roll down here, and we're going to go down in next week. I think we're going to break this. I don't know if that's going to happen tomorrow or not. If we look at the 60, the 60 still is pointing up, but you know, I thought at this point yesterday that it would roll up, and I think where were we at? Yeah, we were right here yesterday, and I thought we would run up here and put in a tower and then roll over into the close. We didn't do that. Cisco had some bad earnings and in future outlook, and so right in the very morning, instead of us coming up here and rolling over into the close, we just popped down the very beginning of the day and took all day and finally started to come back up. So pretty much you can see it here. We gapped down on that Cisco information, Cisco news, and then came back up into the close. And you can see a trend line right here that this thing is butting up against it. It's trying to get above. Whether or not it's going to or not, you can draw a line here, and you can draw a line here for support. And it's either going to pop up and out of it, or it's going to fail miserably and pop down. So the 60's pointing up, but again, the 60 failed with the Cisco news. And the information that, you know, that's coming out now about, I don't know if it's real again, the China and them having their submarine off the coast there and firing that ballistic missile, that might spook the market. And so if I had to guess, I'd say that the 60's done here. I'd say we're not going to go up here and put any histogram towers above the 0 mark and roll over. I mean, it looks like it's going to curl up, but I don't know. I think the market's getting a little spooked right now. So I think that when you look at the 30, the 30's rolling over, going down. The 15, same thing, it's rolling down. But understand the 60 is a more powerful chart than those two. But again, the daily is more powerful than the 60, and the daily is clearly rolling over. It's not got the bearish touch yet, but it's not going to take much at this point, I do believe, to spook this market. And that China information, I think, is going to spook it, and I think we're going to end up going down tomorrow as opposed to up. You know, instead of it breaking up out of this, I think it's going to break down. And I don't know if it's going to break this here or not, the 1195 or not, but you know, that's the next level support. But I do think we're going to break down tomorrow. I think we'll have a nice, ugly day from some of this news that's coming out. So keep your eyes out for that missile. That was a false flag, folks, I believe. It just failed this first attempt. So good luck, everyone.